You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
How firm thy friendship. Oh, how
you know what time it is. I'm raw with them boys of the fall. You know what time it is. On the ground with a nose for the ball. You know what time it is. Blood, sweat, and them tears for this game. Leaving it all out on the field with no fear for you lames. Yeah, you know what time it is. Come brawl with them boys of the fall. Covered in gray and scarlet, massive, stiff arm to your jaw. We breaking it. We sick of seeing you clowns with the crown. We taking it.
What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boys, where we talk about college football with real fans. I'm Devan. That's Melo. Tonight, got a pretty good show planned for you, man. Sorry I couldn't make it yesterday. Feeling a little under the weather. Doing a lot better today, man. Melo, how are you doing?
Man, I'm good, bro. Glad to see you back. People were asking about you, so I know they're happy to see you back, too. See?
Yeah.
Em, she's over there already saying, yay, dad.
Yeah. I'll tell you, for me to not come on here and do a show, it takes a lot, and it was bad yesterday. But mainly what happened was I've been on the go nonstop. You know what I'm saying? You know what I did. I flew home from Atlanta, drove to Tampa in the middle of the night, 8 hours. Literally haven't stopped since we left the game. Get right home, wake up, go build an overhang on a house by myself. And then I got home and it just hit me, dude. And I'm like, bro, I'm not going to be this sick the whole trip for the Cotton Bowl. I've got to chill out and take a break. That's what I did. I feel better today. Feel good. So here we are, man. I got uploaded a couple pictures from our trip and a couple videos. So I want to go back and share that with everybody real fast. But first, hey, don't forget to like this video. Hit the like button right now. Subscribe if you would, please. And take a moment while we're going through these pictures and stuff, man. Share this feed on your Twitter if you could do that for us, your Facebook and stuff. Try to get more people involved here on the live stream. Because as you know, I've said it 100 times. I'll keep saying it. We're a fan channel, man. We do this stuff for y'all. I know everybody says that. I get that. I get that. That's why, most YouTube channels do it. But what we mean by that is we want you involved. This is a place you can come. Your voice can be heard. Your face can be seen, literally. If you want to come on the show, you will not be turned away. The answer is yes, you can come on, okay? So that doesn't mean everybody's going to get their own show here on Buckeye Boys. It means that if you want to come on, reach out to us or tune into our Sunday show and hit that link. You can come on and share your passion about a certain subject that you really want to talk about. You can come on here and say anything, dude. You can come on here and say you hate the Ohio State Buckeyes. You'll never come on again, but you can voice that opinion if you would like. So just wanted to get that out there. But, look at all these Buckeye Boys memberships getting out there, dude. Thanks.
Shout out Ryan Dave Beard.
100%, man. Donald and Karen, glad to see you guys. Gifted 5 Buckeye Boys memberships.
That is awesome.
Shout out to the mods, man. Kaharis. Tony's in there modded up too. Sean Schrock, he's a mod. Who else is a mod? Is anybody else a mod? Tora, he's a mod. Shout out all the members too. We're actually getting up to the number to where I couldn't shout them all out right now. But appreciate anybody who has joined. Larry, appreciate you with the $4.99, man. I want our Buckeyes to ride the herd in Texas. Go Bucks, get the win. Yeah. I actually was excited about my my title that I created. Did you see the title for the show?
Yeah, I did, man. I thought that was pretty dope.
So corny, dude.
I have to talk offline. I need to know how you did that one.
Massive Longhorn dies, cause of death, Buckeyes. I typed that in and erased it like 5 different times. I'm like, Yeah.
Yeah, I know how you are.
Yeah, for sure. All right, here we go. Let's pull these bad boys up. Let's see here. This first one. Boom. There we go. That's me Me looking short and tiny in the middle of the two Goliaths there. I don't like that
Man,
picture.
he's not that small.
I'm not holding it up, bro. But there we are, dude. That's the Rose Bowl, man. Loved it, man. Couldn't have asked to go with two better people, dude. Amazing time, bro. What's this one here? Another shot. You see that group of people, man? That's the line. That's like supposed to be the line to get in. And Melo, feel free to step in and give comments.
Absolutely, and I mean, it was just a gaggle, honestly, because there was nothing, and then all of a sudden you just go into like there's 3 little openings for switchbacks, and it made 0 sense. It was so dumb the way they did it, and it seemed like it took forever to get through. But actually, once it started moving, it started moving. So like at that point, it wasn't too bad. But before that, to get there, it was horrible. And you could imagine there was a lot of trash talking going on in the little gaggle.
Yeah, 100%, man. To give you guys kind of a view of our seats, there's me. You see the Oregon fan right down there. We were right by him.
In the yellow shirt.
Yeah, in the yellow shirt right there. There's me and Melo, man, sitting there. Might have snuck a little drink in with us. We don't know. We can't confirm or deny that. But we were having a good time. I had to get a shot of this, dude. Everybody just take a second.
Crazy. I'm so glad you posted this. Look at that. I had to put on my glasses because Dev kept reading these outlandish numbers to me. I'm like, what is he talking about? Because I couldn't see the scoreboard at all. I'm blind without my glasses. So I threw on my glasses. I was like, oh, my goodness, this is not real.
Yeah. Yeah, it was wild, dude. Yeah, the scoreboard said negative 26 rushing yards. All right, here we go. This is like towards the middle of the game, dude, a panoramic shot of the field. You see everybody there, all the fans, the whole 9 yards. This one I tried to get. Here you go. This is in the third quarter of the game, folks. And that's the Oregon side. Yeah, and that's on the Oregon side of the field, so I just wanted to show you guys that. I believe I took a picture. Yeah, I zoomed in even closer. Look at that. Isn't that wild, dude? People just rolling out of there, man. All right, I got 2 videos to play. Let me see which one I want to play first. Here's the very beginning of the game, I do believe, where the team does their little thing. I think this is it, but here we go.
Each team showed hard all season long. Today, the teams
Commits right there.
Taking the 9.
Yeah, so there is that one. Dude, the atmosphere was just absolutely electric, man. Let me play this last one here, and then we can get on the roll. Like I said, just want to give you guys that didn't get an opportunity to go kind of our perspective of it.
Yeah, baby. Hey, Chip Kelly.
O-H-I-O.
Man, my voice was gone after that.
Oh, it got so wild, dude. I freaking love it, man. Oh shoot, we got some other stuff going on here. Donald and Karen, appreciate you. I'm ready to barbecue me some Bevo steaks. Go Bucks. Nice. Look, my light in the background flickering. Whatever, dude.
Go Bucks.
Yeah, go Buckeyes. Appreciate you, Donald and Karen. But all right. Well, here we go, man. We went through the Tennessee game, right? Well, actually, back it up. We went through a loss. Go into the Tennessee game. Buckeyes absolutely astonish the nation and dominate them, okay? Then we go into a game that we call the Natty game. We think the best 2 teams in the nation, the Rose Bowl, we think the CFB committee absolutely screwed up the seeding in the playoffs, the whole 9 yards, and you know, the Ducks beat us at Autzen Stadium by 1 point, dramatic finish, the whole 9 yards, go into the Rose Bowl and absolutely stomp them. And it brings us to where we're at now. Now we're sitting here as a fan base, remembering the loss that we had that hurts everybody, seeing the last 2 games, wondering which Buckeye team are we going to see? What Buckeye team are we going to see go up against the Longhorns at essentially an away game, right? Not a neutral site. It's supposed to be neutral site, but it's in Dallas. Now, I think we travel well. So I honestly don't think that the crowd is going to have that big of an effect on the game like it did in an Autzen Stadium, like it did for Tennessee when they came to our stadium. But what do you think about that?
Absolutely agree. And now that I think about it, if you think about the structure of a dome for the NFL, there's a reason it's not as loud in NFL stadiums as there are in college stadiums. It's just massive, and it's set up differently for comfort, luxury, and to fit the most amount of people that you can in that stadium. So I don't think, even if it was overwhelmingly Texas, I don't think it will be loud enough that it's going to affect the players.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel, and I feel like it's going to be, even based, because even there at the Rose Bowl, dude, it's a lot closer to Oregon than it is to Ohio. And like we talked about earlier, if there was an Oregon lean, it wasn't by much. I'll say, in my opinion, there was, but it still wasn't by much, man. But I wanted to ask you this question, and I want you to give it to me in order, okay? Mm-hmm. So if I told you we had to play 3 teams in the playoffs, but, in order to make it to the next one, we had to win the first one, which order would you put these teams in? Which team would you want to play first? Meaning, which team do you think would be the easiest to defeat, the second easiest to defeat, and the third easiest to defeat? Let's go. Okay. Tennessee, Oregon, Texas. Give it to me.
I would have went. That's tough. Oregon is definitely third. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I probably, to be honest with you, I probably would have put Tennessee second because of how they rotate their D line, and we weren't sure what our O line was going to bring, and so I would have put Texas first, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And that's wild. Chat, I want you to participate in that too. Please put your thoughts in the chat. It's a hard question to ask now because we are where we are. We've already seen the results. But I have convinced myself that, if I would ask myself this question before we ever even played Tennessee, that I would have picked Texas, man. And I don't know why. And that's not saying that we can go in there and sleepwalk over Texas. It's not saying anything. What it's saying is that when I've watched them throughout the year, I just haven't been overly impressed, man. I just haven't. I'm not trying to downgrade them. I'm not trying to downgrade their offensive line, their defense. They're a very good football team. I'm just giving you an honest perspective. This is not a homer perspective. It's not a let's get Ohio State fans pumped up thinking we're going to. It's none of that. It is literally just straight football take, my opinion. Yes, you can agree and think it's stupid. That's fine. I'm just giving you my opinion. To me, I would have chose Texas. I would have said, I want to play Texas in the first round. Then I want to play Tennessee. Then I want to play Oregon. You know what I mean? I just wasn't impressed by them. And if you go back and look, I told everybody to go back and look at Texas's schedule, the teams that they have played. And I'm about to pull that up real fast, and I'm going to read it. So speak a little bit about their schedule, and I'm going to get it pulled up and talk about
Absolutely. So to me, as me and Brett said yesterday, their best offensive team that they played is Clemson. Their best defensive team they played is UGA. Our offense is 5 times better than Clemson, and our defense is at least 2.5 times better than UGA. So they have not faced a team like us in any realm, fashion at all. So I think they're going to have their hands full. They're going to be shocked. I think what's going to happen is when JJ, a.k.a. Optimus Prime, steps on that field and those cornerbacks stand next to him, they'll be like, oh, my goodness. I think they're going to have an oh, my goodness type of moment.
Yeah, 100%. Mark, bro, you're freaking amazing, dude. Always coming in with the dude $50 holler for the boys. Yes, sir. We love it, dude. Just to remind everybody, dude, our super chats here on this channel, me and Melo, we both just have the heart of just giving, man. That goes back to our relationship with our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Has saved both our lives on multiple occasions.
Oh
So,
yeah,
just a
100%.
giving channel, man. We don't do this as a job, dude. We do it for fun, man, and to give people opportunity to speak and to support people if we can. And Mark, this is a beautiful way to do it, so we appreciate you, man.
Oh
But here
look,
we go.
hold up. Look who came back. Remember Darius Pito, the quack fan? So I found him on another channel. I'm like, dude, why you hiding? He was like, I'm not hiding.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on to the channel, bro. You can even pull up on the Sunday show.
Yeah, hey Darius, we appreciate you coming back, man. We like to keep it to where everybody can come on this channel and talk. You know what I mean? If you're gonna come on here and cause problems, I don't remember him. He was just, you're allowed to jibber jab back and forth, bro. That's what it is, dude. It's football. That's what makes this so good. So look at our homeboy. He said, "Big mouth returns." Yeah, I love it, bro. Steely likes you.
Darius is so funny.
Hey,
So I'm gonna just put it out there. So Darius said he came into school because I like you disappeared after the Oregon game because he was over here talking. You addressed him actually before.
Did I?
Yeah, you did address him, and he was like, "Well, I came into the scoop and I said one thing, and he said Steely got me kicked out."
Yes,
I was like, dude, come back over to Buckeye boys. Look,
you said, yeah, I see him in there. I love it, bro. Yeah, it is. It's great. But anyway, so they played Colorado State. They played Michigan. And that was the point in time in the season when that happened where everybody thought that Texas was this huge, unstoppable force, right?
Right.
That was the game, if you remember. And come to find out, we know the result of our game, but let's just be honest about it. Scum was down bad this year. They were down bad. So they did not beat a good team. UTSA, LA Monroe, Mississippi State, Oklahoma, Georgia, which they lost 30-15 against Georgia. Notre Dame just beat Georgia. Vanderbilt, they almost lost 27-24. We know Vandy was the giant slayer this year. They weren't that bad. So, I don't know how much you can weigh that. But Florida, Arkansas, they scored 20 points on Arkansas, let them score 10, 20-10. Texas, Kentucky, Texas A&M, Georgia again. Then they went and played Clemson. We all saw that game. Then we saw the Arizona State game, which was crazy. Now, here's one thing I know you can't do. But we can only talk about like the evidence that we have. And this is part of the evidence, right? Just like people say you can't pay attention to PFF grades. Well, it is a source that we have to go to compare teams back and forth, right? Because PFF, the standard that they use might not be the best, but it's the same standard for every team. Therefore, it's something we can use to compare teams. So we all know, we've all watched college football long enough to know that just because, right, a team played bad against a certain team does not mean you're going to see the same team the next game. Perfect example, the Buckeyes have probably shown that this year more than any other team. See the Scum game, then you go watch Tennessee and Oregon game. It looks like two completely different teams. You know what I'm saying? But
yep. And technically it kind of is because the scheme is different.
Oh, yeah. 100% different. But that brings me to this. I'm going to go back to my same point, dude. The same point I said before the Oregon game. I'm about to say it again. Ohio State, as a team, as a fan base, as a coaching staff, has been through so much crap this year. They pushed through it. They grinded through it. They talked through it. And they came out the other end a beautiful diamond, dude. That pressure that was applied created an absolute diamond, bro. And that's what they're playing like. You know what I mean? You go look at Texas and you say, okay, they lost to Georgia the first time. Then they lost to Georgia the second time. Then they come out and play Clemson and squeak by them. Then they come out and play Arizona State and squeak by them. So they've been through some stuff, but they ain't been through what Ohio State has been through, and they did not come out the other side looking like Ohio State looked. So that's one of the points I wanted to bring up is that Will Howard, our quarterback, he's been in those situations and felt that failure, felt the weight of over 100,000 people pressing on his neck, dude, and just like grinding him down. And I know that Quinn Ewers is the same way, dude, but I just love, this might sound crazy, but at this point in time, I love what our team went through because of what it created them to be. And right now, they look like a dang unstoppable force.
So I want to read this out loud. Bradley Dunkel. I just hope we aren't drinking the rat poison. So just to understand this, we are fans. We're not on the team, so we're gonna talk how we believe and how we truly feel, especially over here. But I can guarantee you, those players are extremely locked in. They're super locked in. They are focused on Texas. They don't care what we're saying. They're locked in and they know what they can do, and they're on a mission. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you where the players' state of mind is in, and it goes back to one of Will Howard's answers in his press conferences. This is where the whole team is. Why? Because this is the truth. He said, we haven't done anything. I mean, Tyreek Williams said the same thing. They haven't won anything. Yeah. Nothing. I get that, yeah, they won the Rose Bowl. They beat Tennessee. But to them, they've accomplished zero of their goals. Yeah. So they're not looking at they care, but at this point in time, they don't give a dang that they beat Oregon by 20 points. They don't care like we do. We love it. To them, that's just part of the job. They are now 50% done with their goal. That's it. That's like finishing half the test and trying to congratulate yourself that you finished half the test. You don't even know your final grade yet. How are you going to cheer and eat rat poison when you don't know your final grade? You know what I'm saying? They're waiting for their final grade. That's when they'll decide. But right now, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about these Buckeyes like getting a big head or I know they're like 18 to 24-year-old kids, but football's their life, bro. And this team is not made up of a bunch of 18-year-old football players. Yep. A key to this is it's made up of a bunch of seasoned, veteran, big-time football players that have spent their football career, let's just be honest, failing at every single goal that they set for themselves. So I would argue that they're the exact opposite, that hunger they had before the Oregon game is even more now. Why? Because they're that much closer to their goal. Their only remaining goal that they have, the only one left that they can finally accomplished. They've never accomplished not one of them. Not one. Can you imagine that?
Not one.
And imagine the fire that builds, for a team. So I know you kind of dug into Texas a little deeper. So I just kind of want to do that. I'm going to be honest with you because of how I feel, have been feeling the last couple of days. I didn't get to dig into Texas as much as I would like, but I will share just my thoughts because I did watch them. I watched the Georgia game. I rewatched the Arizona State game. I watched some of the Clemson games. So I got a little bit, but I didn't do my deep dive like I normally do. But I'm going to go like position group by position group, do a little compare and contrast of each. But first.
Yeah, let's do that. We never did that.
Yeah, Cookie Monster, thank you so much. Gifted another 5 Buckeye Boys memberships. Dude, there's this trend going on right now, dude. The chat's lighting it up with
you guys are awesome, man.
With gift and memberships. I've never seen this happen in a chat before like this anyway. We love it, man. We appreciate y'all.
We see you everywhere. Cookie over in Scoop. You're a Scoop loyalist. You got to come on one of the Sunday shows.
Yeah, 100%. I need to know, does somebody in the chat, does somebody know who Lunatic Fringe is? Did they change
that was Steven.
That's Steven? Okay. Gotcha. I love the name. I love that that's a beautiful name. But all right, let's just start right off the rip. Let's start with quarterback, man. Give me a little rundown of a.
Oh, you want to do a rundown, or you want to do the comparison?
No, give me a little comparison of Quinn to Will Howard. Just.
So Quinn is exceptional against single high coverage when you're playing man-man. We don't play that, so he's not good against cover 2, and we play a modified cover 2. Basically, Caleb Downs play at 12-yard depth, and between the linebackers and the 2 safeties, they moved Hancock more to one hash, and then they moved Ransom to another hash. And then looks like that in a typical regular cover 2. Quinn's QB rating is a 55.8. That's his grade on PFF. And yes, I'm using PFF, but it's our like Dev already said it's a data point, and they use the same data points for both teams. They go from a top 5 offense against man coverage, single high man coverage, to top 50. They're ranked 51st when they're playing cover 2. And I think um, also Quinn Ewers floats balls, the deep balls over 20 yards, his ball tends to float on him. Anything below 20 yards, he can make every single throw. Look at the wrist. He does have supreme arm talent. He's not elusive like Dylan Gabriel. So that's my wrap up on Quinn. So if we get pressure, I expect him to go down a lot. Now with Will Howard, he's big, he's strong, he could run. He's definitely more athletic than Quinn Ewers. He has, in my opinion, a better deep ball, even though I don't think he has the same arm talent as Quinn. But he also has better weapons. I'm seeing here a lot of Texas fans are like, well, we played him at K-State and we did this or that. Last I checked, K-State doesn't have the same type of athletes that Ohio State has, as well as last year it came down to the last play of the game for you guys to beat Will Howard. So if you're looking at K-State, or you keep bringing up Nebraska and you keep bringing up the team up north game, you're not the team up north. This offense is not the same. The defense is not the same. So at the end of the day, you're going to be sorely mistaken. But in terms of quarterbacks, I prefer Will Howard. I think he's a better quarterback right now, to be honest with you. Also, another thing, the wide receivers in cover 2 aren't getting enough separation from the corners, or they're not taught to sit in the right depths and pockets to be open for Quinn Ewers as well. So that's another thing to track.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just going to be honest. I like Quinn Ewers. Obviously, if you're a Buckeye, dude, you know the Quinn Ewers story. We respect Quinn Ewers, the whole 9 yards. But let's just be honest about it, man. He has not lived up to what we expected out of him. We expected him to be like the clear-cut number 1 quarterback in college football this year. At least that's what I heard from the majority. And the main thing with me is, Melo said it, I've watched him sail a bunch of those deep shots, man, a bunch of deep balls. Now, that doesn't mean that he can't come out and have a game where he lights everybody up. You know what I mean? But I haven't seen it, okay? But the main thing for me is, Melo hit it as well, his elusiveness, man. I think with the way that our defensive line is playing and the way that Jim Knowles is scheming things up, that they have something in store for him he's going to have nightmares about. That's just what I feel. Now, they have a good offensive line. You know what I mean? They do. I don't know where they're at with injuries or not, but we'll get to the offensive lines here in a minute. But that's where I'm at with Quinn Ewers. I think the biggest thing to pay attention to is the fact that he's not very elusive, man. And look at the pressure that our defense has been creating. So you don't want to give him time. But if we know that as fans, Jim Knowles knows that, and he's not going to have time. Will Howard, we've all seen what Will Howard is do. I said this before he ever officially became a Buckeye. He's a gamer. What I mean by he's a gamer is he just keeps moving on, bro. He just keeps playing the game, man. You know, he goes and has a loss and comes out and maybe has one of his best games as a Buckeye and then comes right back with an even better game. Ups his best game he just had. So Will Howard's on a hot streak. Momentum for quarterbacks is real. It's a big deal. His decision-making has been on point. The offensive line has held up for him. So with his veteran leadership on the team as well, Will Howard's just it, man. I wouldn't want another quarterback on this team to lead us into a potential natty other than Will Howard. So
absolutely, and I'm fully on board with that. Also, I want to ask you something. Have you noticed the development in Will Howard and the lack of development in Quinn Ewers? So I know a lot of people are talking about like Sark might be the best quarterback developer. I don't think so. I think it's Ryan Day. I think it's clear. You could just look at the quarterbacks that have how they performed under Ryan Day. Look at the quarterbacks, how they performed under Sark. Look at Quinn Ewers. I think Quinn Ewers, deep down in his soul, regrets having to leave. I think he knows he would already be in the NFL, and he probably would have been a top 3 pick if he had. So that's where I'm at. I just wanted to get that out. And see I'm not
sure that's debatable, that Ryan Day is the best quarterback developer. I know that there's certain times in the season and whatnot, you see Kyle McCord, and you're like, what's going on here? But I'm not quite sure that's debatable. Will Howard's gotten way better with his footwork and all that, and his ability to read defenses and see what's going on and all that stuff. He's just upgraded, dude. And it's hard to upgrade a fourth-year senior in football. Ryan Day just did it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Will Howard's draft stock is 100% higher than what it was last year. So that's for sure. So wide receivers, I'm not even going to say anything about our wide receivers. We already know what's up. Best wide receiver core in the nation. On the other side, Texas podcast, I think there's still a couple out there saying that what's his name? Ryan Wingo or whatever is a better prospect than Jeremiah Smith. Well, show me. Where's that been? You know what I mean? They have a transfer quarterback. I think he's number 2. I forget his name. He's like their go-to guy. I'm not that impressed with their wide receivers. We handled the second best wide receiver group in the nation pretty efficiently in the last game we played. So as far as that goes, that matchup is highly in our favor, I do believe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think you're talking about, is his name Matthew Golden or Golden Matthew or something?
It is. Yeah. Golden. Yeah, that's it.
And Isaiah Bond is hurt right now. He's playing through injury, so he's not at 100%. It's gonna be rough for them. It really is.
Yeah. Tight end wise, they got a good tight end. I do know that people talk about him a lot in the receiving game. Quinn Ewers has used him a lot. I know that in the run game, as far as blocking, he's not the best. We all seen what our tight ends have done this year. Will Kazmarek coming back with his blocking. Bennett Christian in the game blocking. Hopefully Jelani Thurman is better and we can get him some run this game because he's been getting better throughout the year as well. So it's a hard one to grade out simply because my lack of information that I have on the Texas. But what I will do is just, because I've heard a lot more about the Texas tight end nationally, I'll give them the edge for as far as receiving tight end, I guess. But I don't want to do that. I still want to. I just think with our group of tight ends that we have, as many tight ends as we can bring in the game and add different to it, I still think we got the edge, honestly.
No. As a group, I'm going with our tight ends because I think our tight ends could block better than Gunnar Helm. Gunnar Helm is pretty good at route running and hands, but he wouldn't even be top 3 tight end we've faced this year. He's not better than Tyler Warren. He's not better than Colson Loveland. He's not better than Terrence Ferguson on Oregon. So I know they're huge on it, and they're like, that's the key to their game, and they think like he's going to eat. He's not going to eat.
Yeah, I feel you. Let's go to running backs. This is a quick one. I don't know anything about the running backs they have. So if you do, speak on that. But I know what we have. We have the best running back duo in the nation, hands down, period. So actually, we're just going to talk about offensive line as well, and this goes hand in hand. So our offensive line, we've seen what we have done. We're down some injuries, but the scheme that Chip Kelly has created with the counter run plays and the passing to open up the run has allowed our offensive line to look absolutely phenomenal, with the different ways that they're blocking, playing as a unit. They were a new unit playing together, like a new unit. So it's a pretty good guess to make that they're just going to keep playing better and better and better together. I know there's some questions about the Carson Hinsman snaps that were a little low. Again, shout out Will Howard. Never dropped a single one of them. He had a lot of low snaps. We saw it. But look at the development in the offensive line. I'll take this time to say, Justin Fry, well done, brother. You're doing good, man. I know that I've talked a lot of crap. It's been mainly about your recruiting, but it looks like we're tearing that up as well in the transfer portal. So I will take this time to also say that I think we're about to land the best offensive tackle in the transfer portal, Connor Moore, an Ohio native coming from, I forget where, like Division V college somewhere, something like that. But a lot of people are saying he's the best offensive tackle and that they think he could possibly be a Buckeye. And that's two lockdown tackles picked up in the transfer portal. If this is what you're going to do every year, then
I'd be 3.
Yeah. Yeah, well, for me, the Minnesota one is more developmental. You know, he started 4 games for Minnesota, and I know a lot of people got excited right when we signed him. Very good, whatnot. We'll see where we use him on the line. He's going to be a phenomenal tackle. He's got all the skill set possible, but he only started 4 games at Minnesota and whatnot, so I wouldn't be surprised losing George Fitzpatrick, Zen, and Mick Walker if that was Mick somebody. We lost another tackle. No, so we've lost 3 tackles: Zen, George Fitzpatrick, and then the very first one that left, like Walker, Mick. I don't know, but he never played. So
I know you're talking about.
yeah. So we're bringing in another one. If we get Connor Moore, watch the heck out. So anyway, shout out Justin Fry with what you got going on. I love what our offensive line is doing. Now, as far as for them, they have a very good offensive line. My question is, where are they at with injuries? I didn't do enough research to tell. Yeah.
So the right tackle, Cam, he's coming back off of a sprained knee. Kelvin Banks was banged up. He missed the SEC championship game, but he's back. He's not 100%. So Cam is very good in terms of both the tackles are very good when 100% healthy. They're not 100% healthy, and you're going against Jack and JT. And this goes into Travian Wisner, who's their starting running back. He just broke 1,000 rushing yards, by the way. And they throw to their running backs 22% of the time, which is good for 16th in the FBS. And Wisner's been targeted 46 times, which is second for the SEC, which isn't saying much because we all know the SEC has been down this year. But their main thing is over 33% of all run plays are outside zone run plays. Ohio State is ranked 3rd in all of college football in stopping outside zone run plays, where the average yards before contact is 0.2 yards. So they're only getting 0.2 yards before the first person hits them on outside zone run plays. And that's without blitzing. And guess what? JT is ranked number 1 as edge rusher against those types of run plays. Jack Sawyer is ranked 6 against those type of run plays. And Cody Simon is ranked 3rd amongst all linebackers against those run plays. And then when you take in the fact that they moved Caleb Downs to 12 yards worth of depth, he's flying in and making those tackles and filling the gaps. So there's no cutback lanes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, really, I don't think they're going to be able to run on us and they're going to be one-dimensional. And if Ohio State gets out to a fast start, it might be game over before halftime once again.
Yeah. In terms of offensive line, the thing that shoots my antennas up is the fact that they only rushed for 54 yards against Arizona State.
Yeah.
You know, so, yep. I mean, that's just wild. But we know teams can come out and change. I'm going to get into that here in a little bit. But let's go to defensive line. I think we have the best defensive line in the nation. I've thought that for a minute. I think it's funny that so we went to play Tennessee. Everybody said, well, this is the best defensive line that Ohio State is going to see all year. Then we went to play Oregon. Oh, my God, they got Birch back. This is the best defensive line in the nation. Now we're at Texas, and now that's what I hear. They have the best defensive line. They had the freshman of the year playing defense. Yeah, they're the best defensive line in the nation. I think we have a big advantage on defensive line, but tell me if I'm biased.
No, you're not biased. So Colin Simmons, yes, he's elite. He's going to be a monster for real, but he's still a freshman. We went against Jordan Birch, who's a senior. He's 6'6", 290 pounds that could move like a sill. He's elusive. He's bendy. He's powerful. And guess what? He had 0 tackles. Him and Mateo combined for 1 tackle the entire game after Mateo's dad was talking all crazy on X. Then before that, we already faced Abdul Carter, who's definitely the best edge rusher in all of college football. And Donnie, that was his first game playing tackle, and he handled him like a glove. I mean, he got beat a couple of times, but for his first time playing tackle since high school, he did amazing. I think our O-line is going to be perfectly fine, especially with the way that Chip schemes the O-line in the run game and the passing game. It's a lot of counter, so it's a lot of gap scheme, but they're running the pass plays off the same gap scheme and blocking scheme, so you can't tell. And if you have to freeze for half a second, you're done. You're done.
Yeah. 100%. Donald, I just wanted to read this. He said, "Did you see where Kirk Herbstreit said ESPN does not have SEC bias?"
Yes.
I didn't see that, but it cracks me up. That dude he's all over the place, bro. Prayers for Kirk Herbstreit, my friend. You are all over the place, dude. But anyway, I wanted to read Darius's comment. He said, "The D-line looked good against my Ducks. I did not think they would get that many sacks, but I give credit to your secondary. They caused a lot of those sacks." 100%. We brought that up.
Right.
We talked about it. About 4 of the 8, about half the sacks were covered sacks. Our secondary, because of the scheme Jim Knowles brought up with bringing Caleb Downs in, getting our safeties involved in that. I mean, you watch Caleb Downs almost have 2 picks on the crossing routes that Oregon was known for all year. Jim Knowles is just licking his chops, waiting and ready for that. And he said, "Oh, I have the perfect person to just set in the middle of the field, about 10 to 12 yards back, right in your crossing routes, and it's over with."
Exactly.
And it worked. So
he should have had 3 picks, to be honest with you. I know this is my prediction. I think Quinn, this is one of my predictions. I think Quinn's throwing 3 interceptions this game. I don't know who's going to get them. I think Caleb will get at least 1, but I don't know who's getting the other 2. But I think he's throwing 3.
Yeah. Let's see. What was I looking for up here? Yeah. So, to be honest with you, see, I don't know anything about their linebackers, so we can go back on that. The only thing that I want to talk about now is secondary, and it's mainly because I want to gain some information, and I'm hoping you have more information on their secondary. But they have the Thorpe Award winner. Wait, is it no.
You're right.
Is it the third? Yeah. So they have that guy that everybody's talking about that's going to shut down Jeremiah Smith. That's a joke. First off, there's no you know Duke can go play in the NFL and beat 90% of their defensive backs in there. So that just ain't happening. But that's my main question. That's the main thing I'm looking at, because we know, right, that Ohio State, they're going to attack. I'm just not sure that their passing attack is stoppable. I just don't know that it is with the wide receivers that we have and the scheme that we have. So give us a rundown you have on their defensive backs.
1 second. Sean said this. I gotta address this. I'm gonna get to you. If Downs could catch, then he would be playing offense. Let me tell you, brother Sean, Downs could play offense if he wanted to. I promise you, he could play offense if he wanted to, and he would be one of our best offensive players. I've seen it. But back to the DBs. So their DBs are ranked pretty high. They're elite, and I put air quotes because they play zone coverage 85% of the time. So for him to win a Thorpe off of zone coverage is kind of crazy to me. They don't really play man, and if he does, they're going to get eaten alive, their whole secondary. The good thing about them playing zone is that we're third in the nation in terms of receiving yards against zone coverage defense. You think people are manning up against us most of the season? No. Optimus Prime is second amongst all wide receivers in the nation with 763 receiving yards against zone coverage. So you can go ahead and play zone. We're going to eat you alive. It really doesn't matter. In my opinion, it really doesn't matter. The only way they have a chance to stop us is to get pressure on Will Howard. If they're going to play zone, we're going to beat you. If you play man, we're going to annihilate you. So that's where I'm at. Our defense, again, we can play zone. We can man you up. It doesn't matter. But what it changed with putting Caleb Downs 12 yards. Devin already hit on it. It takes away all the crossing routes across the middle. So all you could do is throw to the outside. But where you go to the outside, you got Burke, you got Iggy, you got Jordan Hancock, who's the best nickel in America. And you got Lathan Ransom, who's arguably the second best safety in America behind Caleb Downs. So, yeah, I like our secondary over theirs, to be honest. And their Thorpe winner, Dev, just to remind you, he's Richard Sherman. He's a zone guy. He's not Dwell.
Okay.
He's not Regis Island. He's not Deion Sanders.
Yeah, somebody in the chat, I'm guessing somebody that knows a lot about Texas, says that they think Makuba will be on JJ Newstone.
He's going to get destroyed.
Oh, is he? Okay. Yeah. So
he's a safety, a transfer from Clemson. He'll get destroyed. They're not. If they play man, game over. Period.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And they might have to play man because they might have to blitz if they can't get pressure with their front four.
Yeah. Real fast, Cheryl, you are not blocked. We can see you. Everybody can see you. So for sure. Mika's in the building. What's up, Mika?
What's up, Mika?
So yeah, that's kind of a little bit of a rundown for everything. Now I want to talk about like the general, aspect of the game, and I want to ask you this, man, because we've watched Texas. We know that they're struggle running the ball. They know that they're about to come up against Ohio State, the number one rushing defense in the nation. They would have to assume that if they keep trying the same things, that they're going to come in here and it's not going to work. And if we stop their rushing attack, it's over for them. We just did it. We just did it to Oregon. So now we have 2 games on tape of our newfound strategies on offense and defense. Do you think we see a Texas team come out with Sark being the offensive mind that he is, running a bunch of brand new looks, brand new stuff, and maybe try to shock our defense a little bit?
So I can see that, but that's also risky. So I think they'll have new wrinkles, but they're not going to. In 9 days, it'll be very hard to change your offense. We had 3 weeks to do it, to change our offense around, and we also have a very senior laden team, and everybody's going to the NFL. Everybody on the starting on both sides of the ball are all going to be in the NFL.
I got to plug my computer in.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to keep talking though. So everybody on both sides of the ball are going to be in the NFL. So in terms of them trying to change their complete offense in 9 days, I don't see it. Now, they will definitely have new wrinkles. I think they're going to try to use a lot of quick screen game to try to get the ball out of Quinn's hands quickly. But the thing with that, our safeties come downhill very fast. So if we make we're elite at tackling. Our DBs tackle very well. Our safeties tackle very well. We pursue the ball very well. You still got Sonny and Cody. So I don't see that working. Now, what they could do, if I was them, I'm trying to air it out, to be honest with you. Obviously, they're going to try to run, but I don't think it's going to work. They're going to have to air it out and hope that Quinn is just on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Madamus Prime. We are very good against screens. Sark loves to absolutely lose screens. But, Melo, the reason why I said that is because when I'm looking at this game and the way our defense is playing, there's part of me that thinks that might be the only hope that they have. And I don't want to give myself, like, overconfident here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. But with the way that the games that these Buckeyes have just shown us, I'm just not sure how they get stopped.
Right.
I'm not sure how an offense puts up enough points. I mean, to me, I think the absolute most points that Texas can possibly score is 20 points. That's it. I just don't see it. If we held Oregon to 21 points,
right,
and that's with us playing prevent defense, and them getting a touchdown, and they had to put Jack in a chokehold to do it. Speaking of,
yes, pull that up.
Speaking of,
while you're doing that, I want to ask the chat in the comments. Let us know, who do you think has a better offense, Oregon or Texas?
Yeah, you're gonna have to chat for a minute because for some reason it didn't pull up. So give me just 1 minute.
Yeah, go ahead. Who do you guys think has a better offense, Oregon or Texas? And to me, I think the absolute limit for Texas to score in this game is 17. Now, I could see 20 if we start rotating to our third string defenders and everything like that, then yeah, they might get to 20. But if not, and we're just talking about starters playing the whole game and the first two, and we're rotating just between the starters and the second string, I don't see them getting past 17.
Yeah, so I got a picture here. Melo sent me a picture earlier. I'm sure everybody, if you're a Buckeye fan, you have done this yourself. But just want to show you that we're not just out here. I know Buckeye fans, we like to complain about everything and stuff, but I personally don't complain unless I have proof of my complaining.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that?
Right.
What
That's
is that?
the whole game, and it's not just Jack. It was the whole D line, man. The first, like I said, the first person I saw getting held was Tyleek. It was insane. It was just egregious, and I didn't even have my glasses on.
Chat, simply give me a yes or no in the chat. Is that holding or not? Yes or no? If it's holding, give me a yes. If it's not, give me a no. I want to know because from my understanding of football, you cannot put your arms around the opponent's head and hold them back. Is there any way to argue that this isn't holding? Is it possible to argue this isn't holding? That's what I want to know.
Man, it looks like he's practicing for the UFC.
And then everybody says, well, I wonder if our defensive line doesn't like show it enough, if they're not good enough actors. Look at his hand. Yeah, look at his hand up in the air. Like, what else is he supposed to do? He's like, hey, look here. Now, I don't know if that's the picture from the passing touchdown that was thrown, but I know for a fact on one of the passes that was caught for a touchdown in the Oregon game, Jack was in a chokehold. It looks just like that. So that might be it.
It was probably the first one, the first touchdown before halftime.
Yeah.
First off, on the big pass to Trayshawn Holden, they were holding on that. They held Tyleek on that one.
Yeah, I know. It's wild. So we'll see, man. You know, I was talking to Sean, our brother Sean, earlier on the phone, and we were talking about what it takes to win a natty. And we were talking about, like, the momentum the Buckeye has and how we feel like they can't be stopped. And then we kind of asked ourselves this question. Does it always take some type of luck or a call to go in your way to win a natty? Like, because we see what happens when the Buckeyes put themselves in those situations. We haven't got that call. No. That ball has not come in our direction. So do you think we win a natty in a close game? Do you think I mean, I know we can. I know we're skilled enough to do it. You see, you get what I'm trying to say here? I think that we don't have an option but to leave no doubt in every single one of these games because we're going up against the last SEC team in the playoffs. The last one. There's not another one. There's no Georgia. There's no Alabama. What is the world going to do? What's the world going to do if yet again, for the second year in a row, there's no SEC team in the national title? What's going to happen? How hard, and this is my tinfoil hat, how hard is the universe, a.k.a. money and people and ESCCPN, going to attempt to make sure that Texas wins this game? How hard are they going to try, man? What's about to happen?
Man, that's the only thing that has had me nervous. But I just think the team is so
I do too
ahead of who we're playing.
Yeah.
That even with that, it's still going to be no doubt left. Also, I predicted this when they made NIL legal, that the Big Ten is going to return back to the 90s again, where Big Ten is running it because just off the simple fact the Big Ten schools just have more money. Like, that's just the fact. You know what I mean? So, like, them putting in a salary cap, which is going to be $20 million, which is exactly what we paid for our roster, according to Ross. We're already on schedule and used to what the cap is going to look like, and we're ahead of schedule with that as well. And that's supposed to take effect. I think the ruling comes down from Congress April 7th. So be on the lookout for that. We'll definitely be talking about that a lot during the off season. Yeah.
Hey, is this do we know what the crew is? What crew? Is it ACC?
3 games in a row. And I'm going to be honest, this just me. I know they haven't been calling a lot of stuff, but I like the ACC refs better than the Big Ten refs. That's just me. I think
I do too. I'll tell you this. If they're not going to call holding, then don't call holding on us.
Right.
Don't do it. Don't call a cheap non-holding call against Will Kazmarek that wasn't even holding.
Right.
Like, don't do it, bro. But don't do it because in a close game, you do that to us. Yeah. There it is. Right. Yep. So again, I think the max Texas can score is 20 points, and I'm very confident with the momentum that we have, the way Will Howard is playing, the way this offensive line is structured now and playing, that we will score over 20 points, right? So,
absolutely.
I guess it's time. Let's do some score predictions, man. Sorry we got away with giving away our free T-shirt and whatnot. We're going to do that this game. We're back at it. things have just been wild and crazy. So it's time to give some score predictions. I see C-Dubs. What you got? So I'll just give you mine. If I got to change it because one of y'all picked it, I haven't seen anybody's, but I think that they score 17 points, and I think that we score 34 points. I got the score being 34-17 Buckeyes.
Yep. I'll remind you, I have 40-15 Buckeyes, and Brad has 35-17 Buckeyes.
Seriously? Brett picked 35-17?
Yep.
All right, so chat, you cannot pick 35-17, 34-17, or 40-15. You cannot pick those. Mark has chosen 100-2.
Did he really?
Bucks. Hey, dude, we ain't getting no safety, bro.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I'm putting that down, Mark.
I love it, dude. All right, here we go. Let's do a couple crazy
predictions.
Let's do a couple crazy predictions, and what I want to do, this is a little wild, but before we get off here, I want to put the link to the show in the chat, and I want two people to come on here and give us a 2-minute rant of what they think is going to happen in the game. So listen, I'm sorry, but I'm only going to pick the first two people that pop up, and you got 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what we're going to do here. But Melo, give me let's go 2 and 2. Let's go 2 offensive predictions and 2 defensive predictions. You can go first. Choose which side you want to start on. Let's just do one at a time.
All right, let's start on defense. I'm going to go Caleb Downs at interception.
Okay, you're doing Caleb Downs and interception. I'm doing Denzel Burke and interception. I think it's I think it's time for Denzel Burke to get an interception, and he's also not going to allow a catch this game either.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
My second one, I'm gonna go Jack with 3 sacks and 6 tackles for loss total.
Okay, gotcha. I got Tyreek Williams with a sack and a half.
Sack and a half?
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I got. We got in the chat, we got Lathan Ransom, 8 catches, 184 yards, and 2 tutties. I freaking love it. Downs with the pick 6. Ransom with the pick 6. Another Ransom pick 6. Another Ransom lays out Ewers. Cody Simon scoop and score. Cody Simon interception. Buckeyes get 3+ sacks. Carnell Tate has 185 yards. Sonny has 2 sacks. 2-score game. OSU wins. Another Ransom forced fumble. Iggy, no PIs again. Okay, Vader. We got a lot of good ones in here. Jack Sawyer, 2 sacks. Jack Sawyer, 4 sacks. Sonny, pick 6. We got, look at it. Ewers, 7 TDs. All right, Jason, 1, 2, 3, 4. Get out of here, bro. Howard, 350 passing yards again with 4 TDs, no interceptions. Jack with the strip sack. Lathan Ransom is playing possessed, Kenneth. I'll tell you that.
Man,
that dude is
what?
He's wilding out, bro. Wilding out.
He's trying to kill people out there, man.
Yeah, we got a prediction that Simon cracks Ewers' helmet.
TG, you can only pick one score. Is it 38-17 or 48-14?
Let's see here.
Burks, who's that score for in favor? Because I have to ask because you're a Team Up North fan. You're 45-25.
I did pick. Hey, let's go to our offensive ones, dude. I'm going Carnell Tate with 2 touchdowns, dude. Carnell Tate's got to have that game. I know Mika's been screaming it. I feel you, Mika. I think he's going to have a heck of a game. So your turn for offensive side.
I got JJ, 2 tutties, 150 yards.
JJ 2 tutties, 150 yards.
Yep.
Y'all, I'm putting the link in the stream now. If you want to hop on for a couple minutes, hit that thing. Come on here. I'm so sorry if we can't get to you, because we got like 10, 15 minutes left. I got to get off here. I still got to leave and go do stuff for work. This is insane. But okay, my second one. I'm going Quinshon Judkins with a run for over 50 yards. I think he's going to break one. I think he's going to break one free this game. Your turn.
O-line gives up 0 sacks.
Oh, I like it. I like it. All right, here we go. We got our two people. We got TG and we got Mika Hanna. So here we go. Yeah. About to bring TG on first. Just come on here and give us your thoughts about what's about to happen. What up, TG?
What up, Dev? It's great to see you.
What's up, TG?
Maybe your internet. TG, we're going to go with Mika for no, here it says it's back on. All right, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I got you.
Yeah, okay, cool. We can't see you. Is your camera off or is it just not connected good?
Oh, you guys can't see me?
No.
Nah, we can hear you though.
Oh, wow, that's weird.
Yeah, you got to have sometimes internet connection gets a little crazy, but give us your thoughts. Let us have it.
My thoughts, I think Ohio State could really beat Texas up in this game. I do. I think what's going to happen is Ohio State's going to stuff the run. They're going to make Quinn Ewers try to beat them. And I think Ohio State's going to destroy Texas's defense. I get they have good personnel. But from what I understand, especially because I also listen to Buckeye Scoop, is they know of weaknesses within Texas defense, especially structurally. And they're going to take advantage of that. With the same game plan they had against Oregon and against Tennessee, obviously they're going to do things a lot different, but it's going to be the same. Against Texas's offense, I said it before, if it was a close game, I was predicting it 38-17. Blowout game like 48-14, because I don't think they're going to score more than that. So.
She said, if it's a close game, I pick 38-17. That's not close.
That's the closest they're going to get.
Okay, I love it. I like it. Yeah. With the way that our coaching staff has prepared for these playoff games, they're calling games possessed in their own mind, and you give them any time to prepare, I think that they're going to come out, and they're going to show up and show out against this Texas team that has not really impressed a lot of people this year. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're going to be able to. So we'll see.
Actually, I'm going to tell you this. The other problem for Texas is Stark. The biggest reason why I say Stark is the problem is because he's like Ryan Day. If you read the chat and what I put in there, I said Stark has the same issues as Ryan Day. He made rookie head coaches mistakes. The difference is at least Ryan can say he's been a first-time head coach and never got a chance to learn, and he's learning from his mistakes and getting better. Stark's been doing this for 10 years, and you're still making the same type of mistakes a first-time head coach would, which is ridiculous. He would, and as Sean said in the chat, that if he had somebody else calling the plays, he'd be a lot better. But, and like I said, he would, but like Ryan, how he was is he didn't trust anyone, but on top of that, he had too much ego to not want to give up the play calling. And again, it took what happened the last 3 years, even though the cheating scandal. And when I come back on the show on Sunday, I'm going to tell y'all, Devin, I'm going to go deep into that. What I mean by that is what happened against Michigan is probably the best thing to happen to Ryan Day to grow as a head coach in that regard, because it made him change how he does things. Where for Stark, he's still doing it.
Yeah. No, I love that way of thinking. I mean, that's kind of where I've been at. Those losses against Oregon was a blessing for the defense, and the loss against Scum, as much as it hurts, there's no other way to put it other than it was a blessing for the offense right now. You know what I mean? It just pressure builds diamonds, and it just pushed Ryan Day past his point. But Melo, you got anything for TG before we let her off here? We got 3 people on now. I'm gonna try to get them all on real quick.
TG, I appreciate you for coming on, man. We're gonna talk in the future.
Yeah, I hope so because I'm not gonna lie, I love talking with y'all. But
Yeah, no,
also, Devin, I'm not just talking about this year. I'm talking about the last 3 years, and I'm going depth into that when
oh,
I mention
I
it.
got you. Yeah, cool. Sounds good. Well, I'm interested to hear what you got to say, but we appreciate you coming on, joining us. Look forward to what the future holds for us. Appreciate you, TG.
Appreciate you guys too. See y'all.
Yeah, see ya.
Later.
All righty, let's bring Mika on. See what she got. Uh, Mello, you take this one over.
What's up, Mika? So, what are your thoughts on the game? How do you think we're looking?
Hey everybody, we're gonna castrate those Longhorns.
Oh yeah, I like that. So, how do you see it playing out?
45-14, and I think we make it a point to shut down Colin Simmons because JJ should have got it and everyone knows it.
That's a valid perspective. I actually like that. I think there's some truth to that. I also think they're a little aggravated that Caleb didn't win the Thorpe as he should have.
Yeah, definitely. And just so everyone knows, if T Jean's a partner, I'm open. Just saying.
So me and Dev got some plans. We're going to talk to you. I like you, and because honestly, I haven't met anybody that knows recruiting like you. So I think you could be an asset helping us in the recruiting realm, especially because the off season is about to pick up and there's going to be a lot of recruiting. And you just honestly, I'm just be honest, you know more about it than pretty much anyone I know that's not an insider.
Thanks.
Yeah, for sure, Mika. We appreciate you, and we'll think about some things, organize some things, and there's going to be some additions coming here to Buckeye Boys, so we'll get some things figured out and see where we can fit you in for sure. But appreciate you coming on, Mika. You got we got one more person to grab on. You got any final thoughts on the Longhorn dying from Buckeye poisoning?
Nope, stay warm and go Buckeyes. Love you
Amen.
guys.
Love you
Love
too,
you
Mika.
too.
Appreciate you. OH.
I'll.
All righty, here we go. I don't think we've ever had Kenneth on. Kenneth has never
Nope,
come on before, right?
he's new.
Yo, Kenneth's first time. We'll see how he does, man. Excited to have him. Yo, what up, Kenneth?
What up,
What's
kid?
up? What's up, fellas? Can you guys hear me well?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we can hear you.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
How
What's
you
your
gentlemen
thought?
doing tonight?
We're
good.
blessed.
How are you?
Excellent, man. Excellent. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no doubt. We appreciate you coming on, man. I know a lot of people want to hit that link, but they probably get nervous to do it. Bro,
for sure.
you've been watching us long enough. We're chill, man. It is what it is. But what's your thoughts, man? What do you think's about to happen this game?
Bro, I got it a little closer. I mean, I think it could go. It could swing. It could swing into a blowout. I got 35-24. I'm trying to show them a little bit more respect.
Yeah.
Oregon, Tennessee, they had their own storylines obviously built in going into those games, revenge, Tennessee talking all that trash. Now it's like we're talking the trash. So I've been a Buckeye fan long enough. I lived through 06. I lived through, 96, 98. I lived through those years. So I know to kind of keep my tongue, at ease, if you will.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
go
Kenneth,
ahead,
I feel you, bro. My mind just went the same way. It's like we've seen such a dominant performance from these Buckeyes. Can they really do it again? Because if they can, they will put themselves in talk of the best Buckeye football team to come through Ohio State ever. And that is a statement among statements. You know what I'm saying?
And they don't even have to blow them out. Like,
I know.
If they just win this game and win the next game, personally, I believe this is one of the best teams ever. Period. This is the greatest run ever by far.
Yep.
Yeah.
So for me, I just think this team is different than the 06 team, the 96 team. I think there's dudes everywhere. I think all 22 starters, so both sides of the ball, they're all NFL players and not like short-term NFL players. They're going to have long careers. Some of them are going to be Hall of Famers. I think that's the biggest difference. And then we have elite coaching staff that have gotten out of their own way and decided, like, we're going to attack on offense, we're going to attack on defense. If you saw G. Scott today, when he did his press conference, he said, we're going to attack. We're going to be the ones that's going to bring it to you. We're going down swinging. or we're going to win swinging. And I think when they have that mentality, it's just pretty much game over.
I actually 100% agree with you, man. I mean, I'm just trying to keep it humble.
Yeah, no doubt.
No, I totally get it. But let me give you this little tidbit. If you're looking for some fire, there is some fire for one in particular person for sure on this team, and that's Will Howard. He never beat Texas. You know what I mean? He never beat Texas. Over there at K-State, he talked about that, and he is pumped up and fired up to do it. And then you go back to this, man. I think before revenge, before the Tennessee talk, I think comes this team has never won anything. I think that motivation comes before any of the revenge on Oregon or any of the Tennessee changing the name to Neyland Stadium on Google Maps or whatever. I think all those things are motivations for us fans. Yeah. I think what's motivating this team is the fact that they haven't won squat. Yeah. The highest rated recruiting class Ohio State Ryan Day has ever got, and they've never won anything. Like, these guys are about to go to the NFL. They're about to leave the winningest college football program in the last 25 years with not a single trophy. Not one. And how more motivated can you be? So that's where I'm at.
Not to mention, this was the goal from the beginning. Literally, when Denzel Burke came out, he said, "Natty or bust." He didn't say nothing else. He said, "Natty or bust."
Yeah.
So,
and they own it, boys. And they're speaking it into existence, and now they're walking it into existence, and they're playing for the glorification of the Lord. You can feel however you want, but I'm telling you, you could see the fire on the field. And ask the other teams that they're soft, how hard they're getting hit. They cracked both Nico's helmet. His first helmet, his backup helmet, then he went to a third helmet.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And the other thing is, if the Buckeyes have made it, it goes back to what I said at the beginning. If the Buckeyes have made it through what they've been through already this season, I'm not worried about where they can find fire from. I'm not worried about them eating rat poison. Look at what they've been through. They've already experienced all those emotions. They've already experienced beating Penn State and Indiana, right? Living on that high horse and having to deal with that. They've already experienced the low of the lows, losing to a rival and having to come out and do that. They've experienced not winning anything through their college career. They've experienced a fan base saying they don't even want them in the playoffs anymore. They want rid of their head coach. Their offensive line coach sucks. The offensive line sucks now. They've lived through all that. And this is a veteran-laden team. You know what I'm saying? So if this had a bunch of young players on it and stuff, I might be a little more nervous about emotions and ideas and words affecting this game. But with the way these guys are coming out and playing, and the fact that it's a bunch of seniors and experienced juniors and a couple superstars, best defensive player in the nation and the best offensive player in the nation on the same team.
And they're underclassmen.
Yeah, it's hard to not have this. Sometimes I feel like overconfidence because we know that teams can come out and lay an egg. But my argument to that would be we've laid our eggs. They're already laid. We're sitting on them. They're hatching into a natty. I'm telling you, dudes.
Right.
And the defense is completely different. I mean, the offense is completely different. Completely different. We're a counter running team now, gap scheme team, and it's a huge change. And you remember the past couple of years, I don't know if you watch minutes or anything, but everyone, even Scoop, everyone's like, why do we keep running zone? It doesn't fit the type of athletes we have on the O-line. Whenever we ran gap scheme plays, Trey was out the gate.
Right.
Big runs. And now that's what you're seeing. And they're setting up the passing game off of the same counter. So, I mean, their defense, I don't believe, is as seasoned, and they're running zone a lot. They're not going to run man. If they do, we're going to destroy them. So it freezes those safeties. Like, are they going to run it? You have to respect the two backs because they're going to be NFL, like, super NFL level backs. But you also have to respect the wide receivers. So you have to, it puts you that split second when you have guys that are running 4.3s and 4.2s and 4.4s. That split second's all you need to create that separation.
How many years was it? We.
What's that? I think you had muted.
How many years did we experience where it was like, hey, if we just had an offense, we would have won a national championship. If we just had
or vice versa.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how many years does that happen?
A lot.
We have both this year in spades. In spades.
And you know what? The last time we had both was 2019, and the refs screwed us against Clemson.
That still burns. That still burns my.
They stole Natty between that LSU team and that Justin Fields 2019 Buckeye team with Chase Young.
That storyline was it built itself.
Yeah,
Joe Burrow versus his own team. Come on, Vegas.
That would have been wild.
That would have been one of the greatest championship games ever.
Hey, Kenneth, what's up, buddy?
Before I let you guys go, just real quick. I was sick during the Tennessee game, so I didn't get to watch it. I listened to it, and I just kept hearing touchdown, touchdown. So the Oregon game, I'm like, all right, I'm weird like this. So I didn't even watch it. I just turned it on the radio.
And just listen to it.
That happened. It was just touchdown, touchdown. And I remember back when we played Wisconsin, I didn't get to watch it. I was working. So same thing on the radio. Touchdown, touchdown. I just kept going, what is going on?
So I guess you're listening to it on the radio Friday.
No,
you got to. Do not break.
Hey, bro. You better, because I'm a little weird like that too. Listen, this is me. And I'm crazy. I literally just went to the Rose Bowl and I packed a backpack full of clothes. I just now washed all those clothes and I'm packing the same exact clothes down to the underwear that I packed for the Rose Bowl. Everything, bro. Packing the same everything, dude.
That's what's up.
Yeah. But yeah, Kenneth, we appreciate you coming on, brother. We'll see you on here next time, man. OH.
IO.
All right. Good stuff, fam. Good show, man. Had a good time. Glad to be back, man. I love what this channel has become. I love the family that it has formed at this channel. It's what it's all about. See Ohio Pod Eric in the channel. You know, shout out.
What's up,
Ohio Pod? Shout out Ohio Pod over there. Get over there. Check out their channel. I'm going to do a couple little shout outs here. Let me give a shout out to the Menace to Sports, Zach Smith, his film breakdowns. Yeah. What's it called again? What's that room called?
The Coach's Film Room, baby. You got to subscribe to that. If you really want an inside perspective, especially from a coach that won 2 natties, I'm telling you, it's the best thing out there.
Yeah, it's like $25 a month, I believe.
Yep.
It's worth it, man. If you want to become more knowledgeable about football, I'm subscribed to it. When I come on these shows, I get a lot of my information from watching that film and becoming smarter. And then I find myself watching the games and understanding what is going on, understanding what a counter run play is. And I never knew any of that. I kind of understand it now. Why? Because of that. And also shout out Scoop over there, the Scoop message board. I learned a lot of information from there as well. Great show over there. Kirk, All-American tackle, Nevada Buck, been in the game forever, dude. Funky, B. Moses over there as well. Go check them out, man. It's all a family, man. Buckeye Nation, dude. So you got any final words, Melo, before we hop off here?
Keep your prayers up for the wildfires in California and just pray for this country because there's a lot of stuff that's going on. I'm still privileged to a little bit of people that are in the military. So just keep the country in your prayers. Keep God first because you never know what's going to happen. Tomorrow's never promised for any of us. So thank the Lord that you had another day above ground. And shout out to our Buckeyes that are about to make us proud this year. I'm telling you, just keep watching this natty season, baby.
Yeah. Amen. Check us out Friday before the game. We'll be doing a live show. I think Melo will probably have a home base. Haven't really talked to him about this yet, but hopefully he can have a home base and I can pop on live from the game as I'm walking in and stuff from time to time. We'll see if we can make that happen. So get ready for that. And of course, I'll take pictures and videos and I'll be sharing as much as I can with you guys in regards to that. So we appreciate you. It's been a long season, bro. We're in the playoffs, dude. It's time, dude. This is what we live for. This is Buckeye football, tearing it up in the portal, about to get one of the best defensive ends in the portal, stealing him from Georgia. I just love that the SEC is building these players for us. It's like a factory for us now to just keep. So shout out SEC. We appreciate you for being like the junior high to our senior team. We love you guys. We appreciate
SEC.
On that note, Go Buckeyes. OH.
Yo, shout out Aunt Chris.
Yeah, what up, Aunt Chris?